Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna, in case you are new here. I am so glad that you guys decided to hang out with me today. It's gonna be a fun day. I have lots of things planned today. We're gonna have a really light school day today because I need to get some things done. And so I think what we're gonna do this morning is we're just gonna do morning time. That right now consists of just our morning manna, which is the Bible curriculum that I wrote. You can always find that link in the description box below. But it incorporates prayer, catechism memory, different parts of scripture memory, also scripture verses to memorize, and a whole lot of other stuff. So definitely check that out if you are in search of a Bible curriculum for your homeschool. And then another fun thing that we have been doing lately is the campfire curriculum Christmas unit. This one is Christmas around the campfire, and it's so good, and we have really just been enjoying it. We aren't doing like all of the activities, but we are definitely doing the reading for it each day. What I love about campfire curriculums is you don't have to buy a whole bunch of other books to go with it. It's all included right here, and we have just been loving it. So I'll show you just a little bit of like one of the lessons. So it has a backstory to it, which is basically the birth of Christ, and you're watching it through the eyes of a shepherd. And it's so cute and fun, and the kids have really been into that story. And then there will be additional activities, like this one is to make a 2 turtle doves ornament. And then there has been like baking activities in here. There's been games in here. And so this has been such a fun addition to our little Christmas morning time, and we have enjoyed it a lot. So we are going to continue on with that. And so I told the kids today, since I've got a lot of baking and homemaking things to do, I said we're just going to take a light day of school today. We're going to do morning time, our Christmas unit, and then you guys can choose one subject that you want to do, like one course subject. So I think one of them is doing math right now. The other one is going to do math after him. And then everybody has to do reading. So that is the plan for today. And then I went on Pinterest and I found a bunch of different craft ideas on here. And so we are going to do some different crafts this morning. I printed these out and I just laid them on the kitchen table. The plan with these crafts is I'm going to put everything out on the dining room table, all of the supplies for everything, and then they can choose to do any of those crafts while I am doing all of my baking to try to keep them occupied. It is a dreary, rainy, very wet day outside today, so they can't really do a lot of playing outside. I actually let my kids play in the rain a lot, but I don't think they're going to want to today. It's getting colder. So I'm just going to have crafts at their disposal and let them just go to town on that today. The goal is for me to get some cinnamon bread made and some monster cookies made. Those are the 2 things I'm giving as gifts this year. I usually do some kind of baked treat every year to hand out to people at church, to hand out to our neighbors, to family, to different friends. And so I just do a lot of that at once. And I think what I'm going to do this year is I'm making them in advance and I'm going to freeze them, because some of them I can't give to people until like last minute, like the day of Christmas, the day after Christmas. So the plan is just to freeze a lot of the baked goods that I'm baking today. A few of them I'm going to go ahead and hand out this week, but the rest of them I'm going to just wait and pull them out of the freezer closer to Christmas and give those as gifts. So just know, most breads you can freeze, most cookies you can freeze, a lot of cakes even you can freeze if you don't put the frosting on them. Some of them you can freeze even with the frosting. So that is an interesting fact to know. And so that's what I'm planning to do today, is just work on some of my baked Christmas treats that I'm going to give out as gifts. And then I also wanted to show you guys some things that I am doing for gifts for people that are like handmade this year. So I have really been into embroidery lately. It's been so fun to start that. It was one of my hobbies I started early in the year, and I have just been having so much fun with it. I just embroidered 2 baby blankets and they are so cute. I'll put a picture here of the one that I just did for my sister-in-law. It turned out really cute. And this is another one that I just finished for a friend of mine who just had a boy. And as you can see, this white part is actually water soluble, so I'm gonna wash that off. I need to go ahead and do that and hang it up to dry. But the cool thing is I have these sheets of whatever this is, if it's fabric or paper or whatever. And I can print on this whatever I want. And so you can just print out anything that you want to print out. So I just went on, for the blanket, I just went on Canva and I picked a really like scripty font. And I printed it out on this paper, and then the paper also has a sticky back to it. So I stuck it on here, and then that's how I got the letters to look like this. And I did the same thing for these, which will be ornaments that I'm giving out as gifts this year. But you just print it out. I actually got this template off of Etsy. It comes with all the different letters for like a monogram, and so you just print it out, and then I just follow that pattern. So you just follow that pattern to make it look like this. So this will be your finished product. And what I'm planning to do is I've got a bunch of these made, so a bunch of different letters. And what I'm planning to do, I bought these little rings off of Amazon. And so I'm going to, first I've got to take the water soluble paper, this part, off and wash it and then let them dry. And then I'm going to put this around it like this. And then I'm going to put like felt over the back so you won't see all of my crazy backing of that. I'm going to just cut out felt that's like in a circle and put that over it. And then I'm just going to tie a pretty little bow on the top here, and that will be just an ornament that I'm planning to attach to like the baked goods that I give them. So I'll have like it's probably going to be a loaf of bread, and I'll have a loaf of bread and I'll just like tie a pretty bow on it, and I'll just attach this monogrammed embroidered ornament to it, and it'll be just such a sweet little personalized gift. So that is what I've been working on. I have been working on this since September, doing a little bit of these along, and I still actually have a good many left to do. And I'm not sure if I'm going to get all of them done, but I'm just going to do what I have time for. That's the other little crafty gift that I have been working on. I try to do something like this every year, something that's like meaningful and personable, something that took some time and thought. And I just love to give gifts like that at Christmas time. I think it is so special. I love giving gifts in general, but especially ones that are just well thought out and have some love, little TLC put in there. It just makes it so much more special. But there has definitely been a lot of years, especially when I had little tiny babies, that those kind of things just did not happen. So definitely, if you're in that kind of season, don't feel bad that you can't do those kind of things, because there are going to definitely be those years where it's just not possible. Now I'm going to run and do morning time with the kiddos, get them started on their core subjects, and then let the little ones start on some crafts, and then I'm going to start on my baking. And so I'm going to bring you guys along and show you how I'm doing that. I will try to leave the recipes below for you guys in case you want to check those out. And then later on, I'm also going to be sharing with you guys what I have decided to do for breakfast for Christmas morning, and what I've decided to do for our big fancy Christmas dinner. So I will share that with you guys a little later on. In the meantime, I would love for you guys to drop below what you are doing this year for gifts. Maybe it's like a special handmade gift or a baked good item. I would love to hear from you guys what you're doing. It's so fun to get everybody's ideas, and I even will make notes for, ooh, maybe I can do that for next year. So we can all get some good ideas down below. So drop those down there, and I will look forward to talking with you guys about that in the comments. All right, let's go get school started. Adam and Eve made?
Adam was made from the ground,
and Eve was made from the body of Adam.
And Eve was made from the body of Adam.
Good.
I can't say that.
What did God give Adam and Eve besides body?
Souls what never
Souls
die.
what never
A
die.
soul and
A spirit that
A
never
spirit
dies.
that
that
never
never
die.
died.
Yeah. You have a soul and a spirit as well as a body?
Yes.
I
I
have
have a soul and spirit that never dies.
What was Adam like at creation?
Good.
He was good, yeah. Did Adam remain good?
No. He sinned.
He sinned, yes. What is sin?
Sin is
Any failure
to keep God's law.
Yes, good.
job.
What effect has the sin of Adam had on all mankind? They're born with a sin nature. Say, all mankind are born with a sin nature. We must tell all who will listen. Yes, Father, we told anyone who would listen all the way home, Daniel responded. He watched as his father's face changed into something that made his heart soar. Daniel's father was proud of his son. When Christmas rolls around, we often hear things like Jesus was the fulfillment of the prophecy, or we hear songs that say the promised Messiah.
Mommy,
But who promised it? And what is prophecy? Do you remember? Who promised it?
Prophets.
A prophet is someone who spoke God's truth as he or she was commanded by God. It is impossible for the prophecies to be speaking of anyone else. He is God's one and only Son, and our only way to the Father. Come from that line of David, and that this could not have happened without Joseph. Did you also know that a census happened in the land when Mary was pregnant? A census is a way of gathering information about the people in the area.
The bag, her, at the head, a tag. Had a tag.
Ooh, we have some bags with a tag over there, don't we? All right, we've got some fun crafts going on in here. Oh, Michael, did you mix all of your colors?
Yeah.
Wow. You starting on a snowflake? Oh, you made a cute ornament. That's so good.
I put it in a pattern.
I see that. I love it. Landon, what you working on over there? You want to hold him up?
Silver.
That is so cool, Landon. Good job.
Can you hear me?
There are different screenshots of some different things I found on Pinterest, and they have ideas down here. Make. Yeah. Excited?
Snowflake.
The first recipe I'm making today is monster cookies. I actually grew up knowing them as just peanut butter oatmeal cookies, but since then I have realized that they're actually called monster cookies. But I believe the reason we didn't call them monster cookies is we never made them really big. So you are supposed to make these really big, like the size of your hand. But I don't like a big cookie like that, and it also isn't gonna work to do that to give out as gifts. So I just decided to make them normal size, the way I grew up eating these, and they are so delicious. They have oatmeal and peanut butter and M&ms. I like to get the Christmas M&ms, so it just adds a little holiday touch to them. And you can also add pecans in there, but a lot of my kids do not like nuts, and I also have some friends that we will be giving these to that do have nut allergies, so I just opted out of the nuts this time, but it tastes so good with pecans in them as well. It was such a beautiful day. I actually love dreary, rainy days, and there was a cold front moving in, so there was wind and the leaves were falling, and it was just so peaceful and beautiful. As I was cooking, I just enjoyed so much just looking out the window and watching the kids play and just seeing all the beautiful leaves fall. I had the windows and the doors open. It was just such a beautiful morning, and these are just the moments I treasure this time of year. The next baked good I am making to give as gifts is cinnamon bread. This has been a family favorite for probably 5 years. I make it all year round, not just at Christmas time, but it is the perfect Christmas bread. If you're looking for a good, yummy recipe for even Christmas morning, this would be such a good one. Also, it freezes so well, so you could make it ahead of time and pull it out Christmas morning. The 3 younger ones have decided to move on from the crafts and build a fort in the dining room. So they had quite a lot of fun doing this on this cold, rainy morning. So I will leave a link to this bread recipe below, but basically you make the batter and then you pour it into your bread pans, and I'm just using these disposable ones because I'm giving them as gifts. And so one of these recipes makes about 4 or 5 of these mini loaves. I think you could probably even stretch that to 6. I doubled this recipe and I got 10, and some of them kind of came out the side of the pans, so you could probably even do less batter than what I put in here on this day. But you put half of the batter in the pan, and then you sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon sugar on the top, and then you pour the other half of the batter on top of that, and then you swirl it with a knife. And it is so good. The top kind of gets a little bit crunchy, and it is just the perfect holiday bread. It tastes amazing just with a nice cup of coffee. I'm telling you, it's such a good gift. People will absolutely love it. Now I just want to give you a little mom encouragement for this busy Christmas season. I just want you to know that I see you, Mama. I see your to-do lists, the late nights wrapping gifts, the endless cleaning, cooking, and decorating. You're trying so hard to make Christmas magical for your family. And can I just say, you're amazing. You are so, so amazing. But I want to remind you of something. Christmas, it's not about the perfect tree, the flawless dinner, or even the pile of beautifully wrapped presents under that Christmas tree. It's about all of those moments when you pause to cuddle your kids under a cozy blanket. It's about laughing together over burnt cookies. It's about letting the dishes wait because you're too busy dancing to Christmas songs in the kitchen. The best gift you can give your family at Christmas time is you. Your presence, your laughter, your love. So if you're feeling overwhelmed this season by the pressure to just make everything so perfect, just let some of it go. You don't have to do it all. And guess what? No one will remember the dust on the shelves or the meal that didn't turn out quite right, but they will remember the hugs, the smiles, and the joy of just being with you. This Christmas, remind yourself that it's okay to slow down, to rest, to soak in the wonder of the season with the people you love. You're doing enough. You are enough. So from one mama to another, let's just take a deep breath and remember we've got this, and we're going to slow down and enjoy this season. Okay, now that I have the bread all baked and the cookies finished, I'm just packaging everything up. I think I'm going to take most of these and hand them out at church tonight, and also hand some out to some neighbors. So I'm just wrapping them up in these little cellophane bags and just tying a little ribbon around the end. And I think it made them look so cute. And then for the cookies, I'm just putting these in some Christmas bags that I actually bought after Christmas last year. I think I paid maybe a few cents for these bags. And so I'm just tying them with a bow as well. And then this is that little ornament all finished. I absolutely love how it turned out. Well, the sun has finally come out, but I wanted to share with you guys really quickly what we are having for Christmas as far as food goes. I finally made my meal plan for that, and I've gotten that all figured out. We are 2 weeks away from Christmas, so I wanted to have a good solid plan. Also, I wanted to be sure that I had all the ingredients that I needed, because sometimes things like chocolate and even flour and sugar and pie crusts and ham and things like that are hard to come by if you wait till the last minute. And I also, especially for the ham, I wanted to get a good price. So that is the main reason I wanted to plan all of this kind of far in advance. And also I place my grocery orders a good bit in advance, because that's the other thing. If you're going to place a grocery order close to Christmas, you need to actually place the order probably 4 or 5 days before you want your groceries delivered, because if you don't, you usually won't get a delivery slot because they will all be filled up. I learned that the hard way. So learn from my mistakes. Okay, so I'm using this planner. If you missed me talking about this, I'll link the video right here. This is a free Christmas planner, and it's been so helpful for me. So helpful. So I'm just using the holiday meal planner, and I really just kind of wrote all over this sheet. So I even decided what we're having for Christmas Eve, because I don't know about you guys, but Christmas Eve can get really busy and a little bit stressful, especially if you're having like put together toys and things like that. And my in-laws are always here with us on Christmas Eve, and they spend the night and they spend Christmas Day with us and then spend Christmas night with us as well. So I have entertaining to do, as well as all of the assembling of toys and stockings and all of that. So what I've decided on Christmas Eve is to keep it very simple. I'm gonna make an enchilada soup. This is one of my go-to recipes to take to like new moms because it's freezable. So oftentimes I will make one and bring it to the new mom or anyone who's sick or anything like that. And then I will also bring them an extra one that is frozen. So I'll bring them one that's ready to eat, and then I'll bring them one that's frozen that they can throw in the crock pot for a later date. And it's so nice to have. It is a delicious recipe. And so it's freezable. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put together, you just throw all the ingredients into a baggie, and then you freeze the baggie. And then when you're ready to cook it, you just thaw it and then throw the whole thing in the crock pot, and then it's ready to eat. So I will have nothing to do on Christmas Eve but open the bag, put it in the crock pot, and I'm done. So that will be so nice and convenient. I'm gonna double that recipe though, since we will have extra guests that day. So all I'm gonna do for that is just enchilada soup, and I may make some cornbread. My father-in-law loves cornbread. So I usually try to make that for him when he's here because he doesn't get it very often. And then my mother-in-law wanted to bring something, so I just told her to bring some cookies, even if they're just the pre-packaged like Pillsbury ones. That way we have something to give to Santa. Or what I might do is also pull out some of those monster cookies that I just made too, and those will be really yummy to have on Christmas Eve. I also plan to do some Christmas baking ahead of time. So I'm probably gonna make a pecan pie and then an apple bundt cake. And I'm gonna do those ahead of time and freeze them. And I'm hoping that's gonna work out well. I've heard that you can do that. I've never frozen pecan pies. My mom's done it a lot. And I've never frozen this particular apple cake recipe. But we're gonna try and see how it goes. And then I'm probably gonna pull those out and have those available for people to eat Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, because I kind of want them eaten up, because we don't want a lot of leftovers because we travel to go visit family the day after Christmas. So that is the plan for desserts and Christmas Eve. Christmas morning, we always do a big breakfast, but I really like to plan a lot of it ahead of time. So again, I'm not like having to spend all my morning in the kitchen and I'm missing out on the things the kids are opening and playing with and stuff like that. So I have this sausage ball recipe that is so yummy, and it again is freezable. So I make those several days in advance. I freeze them, I pull them out on Christmas Eve, and then I bake them Christmas Day. And we have had those every year for my entire life. I don't remember a Christmas not having sausage balls. Like my entire childhood and since I've been married, that is what we do on Christmas Day. I'm also gonna make some sourdough cinnamon rolls. Those again are freezable, so I'm gonna pull those out Christmas Eve and thaw them and then throw them in the oven Christmas morning. And then I do love to also make some really pretty parfaits, because I like to get something healthy in my kids because they eat a lot of candy and junk food on Christmas Day. So I want them to have something healthy to eat that morning. I always do a parfait to go along with that too. And it's just yogurt, fruit, you can do blueberries, apples, bananas, strawberries. I usually just do blueberries and strawberries. And then another layer of, and then granola, and then another layer of yogurt, fruit, granola. And it's so pretty. So that's all we're doing for Christmas morning. The only thing I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time doing is the parfaits, and that does not take very long. It's just assembling them. So then Christmas night, this is my favorite. This is when we really go big. I pull out all of my Christmas china and make the table all beautiful, light candles. We go all out because we're celebrating Jesus' birthday. So we also put like a candle in the cake and we sing happy birthday to Jesus, and it's like a whole thing. So what we're doing, I'm gonna have a little appetizer that afternoon because we will probably not eat lunch. We will probably just snack. So I'm planning to make some smoked cream cheese on our smoker. All you do is just put a block of cream cheese on some foil. I usually love to sprinkle it with Cajun seasoning. Everything but the bagel is good too. And then we smoke it for a couple of hours on a really low heat, and then I pour some pepper jelly on the top, and it's so good. We eat it with like wheat thins or any kind of crackers. And then I think we are gonna do ham this year. I actually found a great deal on ham at Kroger. I think it was $1.99 a pound. I thought that was a really good price. So I got a really big ham. It's already pre-cooked, so all I gotta do is throw it in the oven. I've actually never cooked a big ham like this before, so hopefully it will be very simple. My mom says it's just really easy. So that's kind of my goal, is just keeping it very easy on Christmas Day so I'm not super stressed out. And so that's what we're gonna do for our meat. Our main course is gonna be a ham. And then for some sides, I'm gonna do party potatoes, which is just mashed potatoes. And they have just like cheese and garlic and some sour cream in them, and you can freeze those. I have shared that recipe a million times on this channel, but they are so good. So I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna put that in the freezer beforehand, so I'll have to pull that out, thaw it, bake it the day of. That's all I have to do with that. And then I have 2 crock pot recipes that are super easy. One is for mac and cheese and one is for corn. So I will put those in the crock pot early in the day and have those going. And then I also am gonna make a green bean casserole. So I think that I can make that ahead of time as well, and maybe not put like the toppings on it till the last minute, but I'm gonna research that and see if I need to make it the day of. That will probably be the only thing I'll have to make fresh from scratch. I'm also planning to have some sourdough dinner rolls if I have time to make that. If not, I'll just go buy some rolls and we'll call it good. But we'll see what I have time for. There's also another recipe called apple pecan salad that I thought would be so yummy. I don't know if I'm gonna do all of this yet. These are just kind of my ideas. And also, I may not do the mac and cheese too. I'm just gonna do what I feel like that day. Things that I can make ahead of time, obviously we'll eat those. And then anything that I need to make the day of, if I'm not feeling like making it, we just won't make it and it'll be fine. But that apple pecan salad looked so pretty and so yummy. And I was like, that would be a perfect addition and something healthy to add to our Christmas dinner. So thinking about doing that. And then that's it, guys. That is my menu plan for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I don't know if that's helpful for you, but I just thought maybe that will give you some ideas if you're trying to figure out your meal plan. That is gonna do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you got inspired, and I hope you will join me next time for another video. Be sure that you give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw today, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. I would love to have you here. I'll see you guys back here next time. Bye, friends.